Hello there, my lovely darklings. It's your fave witch Jamila Anahata back with another video. And today I want to talk about my vegan journey, my vegan story, which just so happens to be my holistic living journey and story. And actually, as of this month in May of 2023, I have been vegan for 10 years. It is my 10th vegan anniversary, and it's literally the best thing I've ever done. Let's begin with the story, shall we? So it all started exactly 10 years ago, around this time, where I was just so sick and tired of feeling sick and tired, cliche and all. I was in my early 20s, I was in college, I was a broke college student as most people were, and I just noticed that I felt broken, run down, worn out, burnt out, just not like how I should live my life as a young person. And I saw all the people around me eating certain things, living a certain lifestyle. I was sedentary just like that. I ate fast food like everybody else. And I lived in an area where things like that were running rampant and were very easily available. And even the way I was raised, my parents, we ate a certain type of way. A lot of my family members and my community members ate the same way as well, lived sedentary lifestyles because we were very tired coming from work or school or just living and existing in the world that did not really prefer people like us for obvious reasons. And noticing the signs of my body, really paying attention and being in tune with what was not going right within my body. It was my digestion. I wasn't going to the bathroom as often as I wanted to. My skin was very dry and acne prone. Even my energy, even if I slept probably close to 7 or 8 hours, waking up was still very hard. I was just not feeling like an early 20-year-old at all. I thought I should be more zesty, more full of life, more happy, more blissful, more at peace with who I was, or excited about waking up the next day, and I absolutely was not. So at the time, I had a partner who was also trying to be on a health kick because he understood how it felt. He didn't feel well as well. And we decided to go on a little health kick together. We decided to clean up our eating. We decided to go to a local gym. We just decided to get our life together. And during that journey, along my lifestyle, along the research that I was doing, I realized that my lifestyle was not up to par still. I was still not really eating all the things I should, not all the fruits and vegetables, because the diets that we see in mainstream media or just that's very easily sensationalized online on social media, those sound cute at first, but it's not always what we're supposed to be eating. I wanted to feel whole. I wanted to have whole foods. I wanted to feel nourished. I wanted to feel vibrant and radiant from within. I didn't want to just eat certain packaged foods that were promised to me that I would feel great. I didn't want to do that route. I didn't know that at the time, but with the research I did during that lifestyle shift, I realized I was not eating the amount of fruits and veggies I should have been. I was not exercising in the proper way, especially when it came to my form or the amount of time I should be exercising, which is different for everybody, but it wasn't preferred for me. There were certain aspects of the lifestyle that I was not taking seriously, like meditation or just even breathing exercises. My mindset, my self-talk, my self-image, how I saw the world around me, how I saw community. There were so many things that within my research that I was not actually doing. It wasn't just diet and exercise. It was a complete and total lifestyle. And noticing all those things, the first thing that really caught my eye, especially when it came to changing my eating habits, was seeing that a lot of the animal products I was eating was probably doing a number on my system. I saw through a simple Google search that a lot of seafood, a lot of even just animals in general, just animals that are used for consumption, especially for eating, I saw had a lot of certain chemicals in them, had a lot of different hormones pumped into them. The production process was not up to par as well. And just, I saw within that research that eating animals, especially in large amounts, was just not the most healthy thing, especially with the research I did at the time. And I decided to do something about it. I decided to at least cut back the amount of animal products I was eating, at least the meat parts. And I stuck with dairy and eggs for a little bit, but I decided to cut back a lot on the flesh I was eating, on the animals I was eating, the bodies of animals I was eating. And that actually felt really good. I can't lie, I had two sisters at the time and a friend who were all vegetarian, not necessarily doing it in the healthiest way at the time, still eating a lot of fast food, a lot of processed food, which of course I can't blame anyone else for doing that. If that's their choice, great. But they also didn't feel very good and have since changed their lifestyles as well. And so I saw that I was cutting back meat. I saw how it made me feel. I felt how it made me feel. People were noticing that I was getting more vibrant, more radiant at the time. And then I decided, why not go further? Why not cut out dairy and eggs? I didn't hear great things about those as well within my research. So I decided to cut those back in little increments, week by week, no more milk, no more ice cream, and replacing it with vegan ice cream or vegan products. And once again, those were just replacing those things for the taste aspect, not necessarily for the health aspect. I wanted to make sure that I was going vegan or going vegetarian or whatever I was doing in a way that was satisfying still. And to tell you the truth, I wasn't even planning on being vegan or vegetarian. I was just trying to cut back certain things to make myself feel good. So it just came naturally from there. And so I remember a specific instance where my sister tried to make her own ice cream through heavy cream and whatever product she was using. She wanted to make her own ice cream. And I remember at the time I haven't eaten dairy in a few days because I was cutting back my dairy consumption and meat and eggs consumption. So I decided to indulge a little bit in the ice cream she made. I was like, okay, she made it from home. How bad could it be? I was wrong. I was absolutely wrong. I probably didn't have dairy for about a week at that point. My stomach was turning, gut wrenching, guts bubbling. It was not a good feeling at all. That was the moment I knew that meat and animal products do not mix. Even just a few days to a week to a month of not having certain animal products, especially meat, reintroducing them back into my lifestyle, into my eating habits, just for having fun or hanging out with my family, because I wasn't planning on being vegetarian or vegan, I just wanted to experiment. And reintroducing those things back into my body out of fun or carelessness or just going with the flow, my body did not agree with me. It didn't take long for my body to be like, oh no, you thought. Back to the plants you go. So instead of resisting that urge, instead of resisting the sensations that were going on in my body, knowing good and full well it was not aligning with me or not feeling good with me, I decided to honor that urge, honor that sign, honor those sensations. And I knew that the vegan lifestyle was for me from there. I knew I could not go back. It was a health thing at first, but then doing more research, I wanted to, be more well-versed on the lifestyle. Doing more research, I saw that there were a few documentaries that help people learn what goes on within animal agriculture or helps people learn more about other aspects of going vegan. In that Google search, I saw Earthlings. I saw Earthlings pop up, and at the time, I was able to see it for free on YouTube. I'm not too sure if that's the case now. There are probably a lot of other documentaries that are similar on Netflix and other streaming apps. But 10 years ago, it was free on YouTube. I decided to take a look. I decided to take a gander. I was very curious. I wanted to see what was going on within the animal agriculture industry, especially since doing my research months prior, the reason why I decided to cut back animal products let me know that there was a problem. And ooh, I definitely saw the problem when I saw Earthlings. Even though it didn't tug on my heartstrings way too much as I expected, it was definitely an eye-opener for me. I did not know those things were happening right under my nose. I didn't know that those things were happening to animals by the billions. I didn't know that those things were affecting the workers that were involved, the environment around them, the communities that were involved, or even the communities that were surrounding these plants. I had absolutely no idea because they were absolutely hidden. They were completely hidden, they're not talked about. And I'm not trying to say that no one cares, but a lot of people will still continue with that lifestyle of those eating habits, even when confronted with that information, based on their family aspect, based on what they believe, based on their own fears, just based on anything. So I felt a little bit guilty. I felt a little bit guilty not understanding or knowing those things at the time, but I had to remember that I know what I know now. I'm going to do something about it. I'm going to make some lifestyle changes because this does not align with me. That was the moment I decided to go vegan. That was when I decided not to only go vegan for my health, I decided to go vegan for the animal aspect, for the food justice aspect, for the workers aspect. And even after that, very shortly after that, I wanted to learn more about the vegan lifestyle within the Black community. Because that's my community. I wanted to reach out. I wanted to see how that fits within my community. What type of Black people are talking about that? What types of Black women are talking about that? Because that was something I wasn't very hip to at the time. And in my research, I found Sister Vegan by Dr. Amy Breeze Harper, which is a fantastic book. She has great books along with that as well. And I decided to get myself a copy, read it. I still have it downstairs on display in my living room, and I loved it. I loved knowing that I wasn't the only Black woman on earth going vegan or interested in this lifestyle, not only just for the eating aspects, the eating habits, and the health of it all, especially when it comes to whole plant foods. I was in it for the social justice aspect as well. I was in it once again for the food justice, the animal liberation, the total liberation. And from there, I went full in. I not only was advocating for veganism for the lessening of the consumption of animals, but I was in it to educate my own community about veganism and healthy eating. And very shortly after that as well, let me tell y'all, I went on so many lifestyle tangents at the time, and I'm so happy I did because I was introduced to holistic living through that journey. Within all those changes, I saw that there were different types of way of going vegan. There were high carb, there was keto, there was macrobiotic, and there was also raw vegan. When I went raw vegan, there was like a spiritual awakening that opened up within me. I decided to do yoga, I decided to meditate more, I decided to just get in tune with source energy, just understanding who I am, understanding what life was all about, understanding my mission and my purpose here on this plane. And even though I definitely did get more into meditation a few months before I was introduced to yoga and all those types of things, because I wanted to be more healthy, not only with my eating habits, but I got very, very deep into it, which really helped me understand spirituality and my own version of spirituality. And as somebody who was raised religious, that helped open my eyes to a lot of the limitations I put on myself based on what I was raised in the church, of what I believe being raised in the church. And I decided to make my own way, pave my own path, create my own form of spirituality so I can find my own connection to divine. Not in the ways that other people want me to have a connection to divine. I knew that it was personal and I made it so. And I'm so happy I did. So because of that, getting in tune with my spirituality, doing the raw vegan thing, I was pretty much a hippie at that point. I was just so in tune with all beings. I saw the connection with everyone. I just wanted to be the light for people. I wanted to show people that I'm healthy, I'm happy, and I want you to do the same. Here is how I did it, despite my marginalization, despite the limitations I put on myself or other people put on me, despite how I was being conditioned to believe in how to live and how to think. I can do it, and I want you to do the same. And my mission is so similar now. It's more refined and more clear, and I've clearly matured after 10 years, and I've fallen off on the way and made my way back. And even with my shadow work journey, that's a whole other story for a whole nother video, and I'm very excited to share that with you. But even then, I made my way back. I've always been vegan in 10 years, but when it comes to holistic living, I made my way back. I still stuck to that lifestyle over the years, but in complete honesty, I fell in and out. Not when it comes to connecting to mind, body, spirit, sexual, financial, occupational, intellectual, all the components of holistic living, but I was a holistic lifestyle coach at my core. That is the purpose and mission of Jamila. That's what Jamila was born to be, amongst other things, which I'm happy about as well. But I fell off here and there from the path of being very consistent with my lifestyle practices out of frustration, out of being distracted, out of all the ills that happen in the world today. All the, I would like to say, even anger of how I felt like I was being treated, or the fears that I had that were just haunting me, the fears and limiting beliefs that I shoved deep down because I wanted to survive, only for them to pop back up at the worst moments, me having to deal with them when I didn't feel like it. Rather than dealing with them in the moment, I allowed to shove them deep down to focus on my survival. And I absolutely do not blame myself with that. That's just what happens. However, it doesn't even matter the distractions, the rocky path, because healing is not linear. I got to where I am now, 10 years later, still vegan, still living holistic. And even though I was not a holistic lifestyle coach full time along those years, I am now, and I am so completely happy, blissful, peaceful, and just ecstatic about finding my way back. I'm happy that I didn't fall off for my veganism or even my holistic living. But I'm just so happy that everything that I've done the past of 10 years has come full circle. My activism journey, my learning how to make events, the people I was aligned with at the time, the situations I was aligned with at the time, the mindsets, the phases, all the things that I went through in the past 10 years helped me be who I am right now, and I am so, so grateful for it. So I am so, so happy I went vegan, because it spilled into every aspect of my life. It changed everything. It completely had my crown chakra blown open in order for me to understand who I am at my core. And as I said before, even though I was distracted along my way, beautifully distracted might I add, I am here now. I am doing my life's work now, and I feel absolutely amazing because of it. So, so happy. So that's what I mean by veganism. Going vegan was the best thing I ever done. Not only because I love my lifestyle now in its fullness, but because it helped me be introduced to spirituality, my holistic living, my zest for community, my zest for helping aid my community healing. All of it because I chose to go vegan from a little health kick 10 years ago. Oh, so, so happy about it. So yes, I can go on all day about this topic. I have had so many funny stories, funny situations, phases, cringiness types of things that happened along the way. But that's definitely another story for another time. And as a holistic lifestyle coach, I'd be delighted to help you along your vegan journey, your plant-based journey, or whatever healthy eating habits that you would like to develop within your own lifestyle. And you know where to find me at thesoulfulveganista.com. So now we've reached the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to give this video a like, subscribe for more content, and make sure to visit me at thesoulfulveganista.com. Much love, and until next time, my lovely darklings. Bye-bye.